Hello again, ladies and gents, Ginger Geek here once more with a review for Geekyglasses TV, this time for the newly released Hyrule Warriors. Today, I am joined by...
Big G Jamie! Hey guys, I'm new to the channel. I helped edit the last couple of videos and I'm here today to help out with this review.
Now you might be wondering why we're using two reviewers for this one, and that's because each of us is going to give you a very unique perspective on the game. Because while I'm a massive Zelda fan with a deep resonating love for the franchise,
I am not, having only played about 20 minutes of a Zelda game that I couldn't even tell you the name of.
So with that in mind, let's crack straight on. What do you think of the gameplay, Jamie?
What's there to say, really? It's a Dynasty Warriors game. I've played those before and this is the same. You pick a hero, you run into a massive horde of enemies, you press two buttons repeatedly until everything dies. In terms of other depth to the combat, there are various flashy special moves that can be activated after you've hit enough people or pick up enough power-ups to fill a meter on the screen, and these can be used to kill more things. It's fun, and as I went in expecting a Dynasty Warriors games, I wasn't really disappointed.
Whereas I went in expecting a little more than that, and I totally was. As Jamie has already said, this is a Dynasty Warriors game, make no mistake about it. Though it was advertised as being more of a Zelda-like take on the franchise, the changes to the formula are minimal. Some elements of The Legend of Zelda that come into play are the ability to find items in chests. Often these are trademarks of the franchise, such as the hookshot or boomerang. These can be used to solve very specific problems. For example, the boomerang can be used to cut down vines, bombs can blow up rocks, that sort of thing. There's also a variety of boss battles, which actually make for pretty interesting fights. Each one acts as a homage of sorts to bouts from previous Zelda games, with each boss needing to be killed in a similar way. For example, the King Dodongo from Ocarina of Time, who in that game you defeat by making him eat bombs, is also present here, and you defeat him by, you guessed it, making him eat bombs. There's a lot of nice little nods like that for fans of the series, but don't expect to solve puzzles or go dungeon explorings.
Outside of that, it does lack depth though. There's no online to speak of and only a handful of mode. Legend mode sees you play through the story of the game and basically sees you in a standard Warriors themed battles where defeating the enemy commander sees your victory and losing your base or dying sees you with a game over screen. Free mode sees you play those same levels just with whoever you want and without plot. And adventure mode has you make your way across tiles on an 8-bit map, with each tile acting as a different challenge, such as killing a set number of enemies in a time limit. The core of this is still the same kind of gameplay besides the map navigation, which while cool for fans, didn't really do anything for me, except act as a really weird menu I had to go through between bouts.
Myself on the other hand, being the fan of the series that I am, thought this was one of the cooler aspects of the game, and thought the game itself could do with a lot more additions like it. On the overworld map, various secrets can be found by using items on certain tiles, and this for me came the closest to catching the Zelda experience. With a bit of fleshing out, this could have been the thing that separated the title from being just another Dynasty Warriors game with a new skin.
One thing that really helped with our enjoyment of the game was the multiplayer. Much like other Dynasty Warriors games, everything can be played co-op, though an odd design decision requires you to both use separate screens, one on the TV and one on the gamepad. While this is perfectly fine, as it means each of you gets more area to work with, for some strange reason it does not even give you the option for split screen. So if you've got a massive television set and you want to share with a friend, tough luck.
Still though, the multiplayer really is the saving grace for the game, because otherwise it gets horrendously repetitive. The first 5 minutes is perfectly fun alone, but it'll grate after a couple of hours. If you want to get the most enjoyment out of the game, it's probably best played in short bursts with another person. The storyline is also nothing to shout home about too. It's pretty nonsensical fanfiction standard stuff. So don't expect to have that be the thing that grips you till the end.
So, in conclusion, as a Zelda fan, do you think this is worth buying?
If you're a Zelda fan, I honestly would not recommend getting this game. At least not for the price it sits at now. See, I'm not a fan of the Dynasty Warriors series at all. I probably wouldn't pay a $5 for one of their games. But as a Zelda fan, I bought this at full retail price, simply because it was a Zelda game, and honestly, I kind of regret it. It's cool to have, and it's got a lot of great fan service in it, but it's by no means a stellar title. And riding on the nostalgia of other better games can only get you so far. What about you, Jamie?
I personally would not buy this. Had a lot of fun playing it with you, but being in no way interested in Zelda, that enjoyment for me would have been almost exactly the same had I played any other Dynasty Warriors game. It doesn't particularly offer anything new to the franchise, and the only reason I'd pick this up is if it was dirt cheap and there was nothing else to buy. What I do find interesting though is what this means for Nintendo and the direction they're going to take. Do we have a video coming out on this, Dan?
We certainly do. Well, this has been a straightforward review. We actually have a video coming out that's more like an hour-long podcast. Not only discussing the game from both the perspectives of the fan and the non-fan, but also talking about what this game means for Nintendo, the direction this game represents, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Once this video is up, you'll be able to access it from a link in the description below, or from a button that will no doubt be on your screen right now. This video we put out for those of you just looking for a quick review, but for anyone wanting something a lot more in depth, we recommend checking out our discussion, which raises a number of points not discussed in this video. Other than that, we're all done. This has been a review from both a fan, the Ginger Geek,
And a non-fan, Big G Jamie.
and we've been Geekyglasses TV. Remember to give us a like if you enjoy our stuff, and subscribe for more content. We'll see you next time.